Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I am Ayotunde Balogun. On the program today, Kaduna residents seek a boost in the security of their communities. Nigerian Air Force arraigns personnel on murder charges. And the OGUN state government scales up its community health car or healthcare insurance scheme. We're starting off from Kaduna State, where residents of that state in northwest Nigeria have appealed to the federal government to increase the number of police personnel in the state to effectively tackle the menace of cattle rustling, herdsmen and farmers' conflicts, and other emerging security challenges across the state. They made this appeal during a stakeholders meeting with the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Northwest Zone, Mr. Diko Abati, held in the state capital.
The security challenges in Kaduna State gets more attention with the visit of the Deputy Inspector General of Police supervising the Northwest region. His visit is in line with the efforts of the force headquarters at reviewing the operational strategies of all its state commands, and some Kaduna residents have come out to meet with the DIG and his team to discuss ways of enhancing the security of the state. The constant conflict between herdsmen and farmers have far-reaching consequences, which, to these residents, stare Nigerians in the face.
The kind of insurgents we have in this country, more especially as it affects Kaduna State, that of Kafanchan area, we are in doubt if there will be food in this state this year through that area. You know, they are predominantly farmers, but this time around they are afraid of going to farm, and the rain is fast coming. Some people are still going to farm in other places.
In order to stem this tide, the police must be well equipped and enabled to discharge their task dutifully.
We learn our complaint over logistics, more manpower, because the number of police we have in the country is not enough. We are 180 million population, while we have only 400,000 police, which is supposed to have at least 2 million police. So we are pleading to the federal government to improve the logistics and the infrastructure and the manpower. So that is the essence of this meeting.
The DIG, while expressing his delight over the meeting, stated the police resolved to bring crime in the state under control.
What the Nigeria Police Force have in mind is to bring this crime under control so that it will not be a threat to national security. What I mean by threat, it will not ground any public function, that of government, of individual. So if you are talking of pockets of problems here and there, it's understandable. But my happiness, my contention is that we are able to bring these things under control immediately they manifest.
As the meeting comes to a close, the people are however hopeful that the DIG will take all the suggestions and recommendations made here back to the force headquarters for further deliberation and implementation.
From Kaduna, we move to KOGI State, where the state government has reiterated its commitment to partner with the Nigerian Army to stamp out insecurity. KOGI State Deputy Governor Simon Achuba announced this during a meeting with delegates from the Nigerian Army College of Logistics, Lagos. They are in the state on a study tour of industries.
Trainees of the Nigerian military are in KOGI State on a study tour from the Army College of Logistics in Lagos. As a matter of courtesy, they stopped by the Government House in Lokoja, the state capital. The Deputy Governor, Simon Achuba, receives the group. The Army College was established to train personnel to manage logistics for the Nigerian Army, both in peace and war. 2 courses are presently being offered at the college, the Logistician course and the Logistics Management course. The trainees are in KOGI State as part of their course program.
During combat, your manufacturing sector also supports the military. Your agriculture supports the military. Your mining industries support the military. Not only in manpower, but in terms of tangible resources, which the army, the armed forces need to execute its operation.
There's a short lecture by the Special Advisor on Security to Governor Yahya Bello.
Politicians, especially before the election of 2011, armed our youths, give them arms to protect them, call them leader. And that is one of the problems that we identified. The general security situation in the country is one area we identify. Unemployment is one area, and lack of well-structured intelligence gathering.
This was expanded in a speech by the State Deputy Governor.
As you visit the companies in KOGI State, please watch out for this, because we need to work together to make sure that the nation is on the move. Ask them of their social corporate responsibility to the people. One thing that has been generating tension in the Niger Delta and areas where there are companies is cutting corners and making sure that the communities do not benefit.
The military officers are expected to be in the state for a week.
In Adamawa State, Nigeria's northeast, the National Youth Service Orientation now has a new look in readiness for corps members who will be camping there for their orientation. For over 4 years, the camp has hosted internally displaced persons from the Boko Haram insurgency. But the state government says the camp can now accommodate new corps members for the 2017-2018 session.
The situation a week ago. IDPs finding their way out of the NYSC camp after living here for 4 years. From the gate of this camp in Yola, Adamawa State, the look here shows that visitors are being expected. From the walkways to the buildings itself, repair work is ongoing, structures being renovated and paintings taking place. The Deputy Governor and his team take a walk around the facility. The NYSC says it appreciates government's intervention.
For 4 years we have not used this place. Not only did he release the use of the camp, but he also renovated the camp. You must have seen work going on, plumbing work, repainting of structures, welding of broken beds, provision of electricity, and so many. So I want to say our mind is to express gratitude to His Excellency for making it possible for us to have our camp back. Despite a serious, it has not been easy.
About 2,200 corps members are participating in the 2017 Batch 1 training exercise for the new corps members in Adamawa State. And government is promising safety for all the corps members who will be training on this renovated camp.
The Nigerian Air Force General Court Martial has arraigned one of its personnel for the alleged murder of his girlfriend, Oladipupo Sholakbi. Now the accused Air Craftsman Bernard Kalu is also standing trial for housebreaking, impersonation as a commissioned officer on Facebook with intention to defraud the public, attempts to murder one Samuel Honor, failure to perform assigned military duties, and using service property contrary to the Armed Forces Act. He pleaded not guilty to the charges, and the trial has now been adjourned to June the 2nd this year.
This court has been convened to try NAF 16/29024 aircraftman Kalu B.A. and any other accused that may be brought before it. The accused is a member of the armed forces and thus duly bound by both the military and civil laws. I urge us all to keep an open mind as we assiduously discharge our duty in this case. I will also urge counsel on both sides to remember that this is a military court and the essence of the military justice system is speedy disposal of justice. So, this court will adjourn as we have agreed to 2nd of June 2017.
When we come back after the break, the Edo state government shuts down the Edo Line Transport Company. Details in a moment.